MindsEye offers an impressive open-world experience that combines high-paced action with cinematic narrative, set in a dark and uncontrolled world of the future. In the desert metropolis called Red Rock, you try to survive in an order shaped by technological experiments and artificial intelligence. The main character, Jacob Diaz, is forced to fight both his past and reality with an experimental implant placed in his mind. The streets are full of threats, and every corner is pregnant with events that could result in conflict, pursuit, or sabotage. The mission structure focuses not only on firepower, but also on strategy and timing. There is constant action between vehicle chases, hacker missions, and face-to-face combat. The dystopian atmosphere of Red Rock makes you question as much as it does explore. You rethink who is in control at every step.
I know what I have to do. This is the only way!
Crimson Desert combines an open-world adventure where you try to survive in a harsh and merciless geography spread over vast lands with an action-packed RPG structure. With its atmosphere bearing traces of the Middle Ages, you can freely roam between steppes, snow-capped mountains, and cities devastated by conflicts. You can not only travel on horseback, but also interact with objects in the environment, fish, carry cargo, and directly feel life on Earth. The melee combat system is quite dynamic. It is possible to develop creative solutions against enemies using environmental objects. You progress alone throughout the story, but you determine your place in the world by establishing bonds with the NPCs next to you. Offering a new generation feast with its visuals, Crimson Desert has a wide range from giant battles to emotional moments. Each region you enter leaves you face to face with a different struggle. Assassin's Creed Shadows offers a two-character open-world adventure set in the complex times of 16th century Japan. On one side is the Kunoichi Naoe, who stands out with her stealth and agility, and on the other side is the samurai Yasuke, who fights with power and honor. Thanks to these two different gameplay styles, you can approach conflicts either by infiltrating silently or by using direct force. Seasonal cycles and dynamic weather systems transform the map into a constantly changing and reinventing world. While freely roaming among towns, castles, and natural areas adorned with Japanese architecture, historical details are also frequently encountered. The combat system is enriched with customizable skills and a variety of weapons. Character choices directly shape not only the story, but also the interaction in the world. Dune Awakening offers a massive open-world survival experience set in the sandy wastelands of Arrakis. In this universe where you struggle with thirst, escape from giant sandworms, and try to survive against harsh natural conditions, every step requires attention. You can establish your own living space with systems such as gathering spices, building a base, and developing vehicles. The path you choose directly affects your character, whether you adapt to nature like the Freeman or join a dynasty in political intrigue. The map is constantly changing thanks to dynamic weather events and Coriolis storms, making exploration more strategic. With the MMO structure, it is possible to form alliances or fight with other players. Each new region offers a completely different challenge in terms of politics, tactics, and physics. Like a dragon pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii offers an extraordinary open-world adventure set on tropical islands where Goro Majima wakes up with amnesia. You can explore freely on both land and sea while traveling through colorful regions stretching from Honolulu to Medlantis. You can form your own pirate crew, customize your ship, and participate in real-time naval battles. The fighting system has been enriched with the new Sea Dog style, based on dual swords and pistols, in addition to Majima's classic style. Side activities include fun mini-games such as karaoke, Dragon Kart, and Pirates Coliseum. The world is constantly kept alive with the characters you encounter throughout the story, humorous dialogues, and surprise events. This crazy journey, which blends the sense of discovery with humor, offers an experience that goes beyond the usual patterns. Ghost of Yotei offers an open-world experience that draws attention with its intense atmosphere, set in the shadow of Mount Yotei in northern Japan. As you progress through this geography full of snow-covered forests, abandoned temples, and foggy valleys, you both feel the beauty of nature and encounter deadly dangers. The new main character Atsu embarks on a journey stuck between loneliness, revenge, and honor. The combat system blends samurai techniques with ninja tactics. You can openly challenge the enemy or silently destroy them in the shadows. Interaction with the environment has become even more advanced. Stealth is no longer just an option, it has become a strategy. The use of cinematic cameras increases the effectiveness of the fights, while the environmental narrative allows the player to connect more to the world. It becomes possible to encounter traces of the past at every step. Monster Hunter Wilds deeply experiences both survival and hunting as you track giant creatures in an open world surrounded by nature and danger. The world becomes more alive and responsive thanks to expanding ecosystems, interconnected regions, and changing weather conditions. Different creatures with their own unique behaviors and habitats appear in each region. Thanks to the new mount systems, you can travel longer distances faster and have a more fluid exploration experience across the map. Weapon variety, combos, and equipment development options have been greatly expanded. Using environmental advantages during the hunt requires you to make strategic decisions. Each encounter turns into an intense struggle that requires both preparation and skill. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming to redefine the concept of an open world. Its huge map, extending from the lively streets of Vice City to the rural areas of Leonida, is breathtaking with its realism and level of detail. The dual character structure, with Lucia and Jason at the center, adds a gripping tempo to a story woven with crime. Each district offers a living ecosystem with its own rules and dynamics. Thanks to the development of artificial intelligence, NPCs are more responsive and police pursuits have become much more sophisticated. References to social media and modern culture add a satirical depth to city life. The quality of animation, environmental design, and atmosphere transform it into Rockstar's most ambitious work to date. Every detail becomes part of a living world waiting to be discovered. The Precinct combines the story of a rookie cop fighting crime in a dark city illuminated by neon lights from the 1980s with an open-world structure. Patrolling the narrow streets of Averno City means intervening in random crimes that occur at every corner. You can get involved in many incidents from petty thefts to bank robberies, and you can engage in action-packed chases by car or helicopter. Thanks to the dynamic crime system, the city always remains a living structure, and each intervention can have different results. You can solve tasks according to your own style with tactical options, such as calling for backup, setting a spike trap, or blocking the road. The day-night cycle and changing weather conditions add serious depth to the city's atmosphere. As the mysteries behind the shadows are revealed, a personal bond is formed between you and the city. Hell is Us brings a different perspective to the classic open-world concept, with its mysterious atmosphere set in an isolated country devastated by war. The map offers a structure based entirely on intuitive exploration, without directional signs or quest indicators. Every step is filled with uncertainty as you wander through maps filled with abandoned villages, foggy forests, and supernatural beings. In the gameplay focused on the close combat system, mystical equipment and environmental advantages come to the fore instead of weapons. As the story progresses, the boundaries between humans and the supernatural blur, and the narrative is shaped by environmental details and visual symbols. The visual style creates a dark but impressive atmosphere, while the music and sound design constantly keep the tension alive. In this structure that breaks the classic open-world formulas, exploration does not always determine your direction, but what you will face. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach interprets the concept of an open world in its own unique way, while searching for ways to connect in a world woven with loneliness. As you progress through barren valleys, rain-swept slopes, and silent city ruins, the emotional impact of the environment deepens even more. Route planning, equipment management, and transportation mechanics have been improved, requiring you to make more strategic decisions. As you encounter new areas, harsh weather conditions, and different types of threats, you embark on not only a physical, but also a mental journey. While the connections between the characters are processed with a more intense narrative, when combined with atmospheric music, it creates an impressive integrity. The graphic quality and environmental details have reached a level that amazes. It offers an extraordinary experience where you confront both the world and yourself at every step. Dying Light the Beast invites you to rediscover a quarantined post-apocalyptic city. During the day, you search for supplies in ruined streets, while at night you struggle to survive among deadly creatures. The parkour system has been made more fluid compared to previous games, and vertical exploration now plays a much more important role. Thanks to the advanced combat mechanics, it is possible to take greater advantage of environmental advantages against enemies. The world is shaped by dynamic missions that guide the story, and your choices directly affect the course of events. The use of light strongly supports the atmosphere, while the day-night cycle keeps the tension constantly alive. Zombies no longer appear only in flocks, but also as evolved individual threats. It is possible to witness a different survival scenario at every corner. Arc 2 brings together the themes of survival, exploration, and evolution in a huge open world that feels like it came out of primitive times. Danger can appear anywhere, at any time, on the map that stretches from dense forests to the foothills of volcanoes, from wide valleys to deep caves. In this world full of dinosaurs, you struggle not only with nature, but also with other people and time. Thanks to the improved craft system, base building mechanics, and character customization options, you can shape your living space completely according to your own style. The fighting system has become much more tactical than the previous game, and close quarters combat requires serious mastery. Being able to train and ride dinosaurs both makes transportation easier and provides a great advantage in battles. In a world where you have to be on the alert at all times, progress requires courage and attention. Light No Fire offers a fantasy-themed open-world experience set on a huge planet designed on a real-world scale. Hello Games' new project combines exploration and survival elements with role-playing elements, leaving the player with unlimited freedom. Mountains are really big enough to climb, and oceans are deep enough to host long journeys. Players can create their own characters and progress in this world either alone or with others. While traveling between biomes, you can gather resources, build structures, and encounter fantastic creatures like dragons. It becomes possible to establish permanent settlements and leave your mark on this world. Visual details, environmental narrative, and atmospheric depth make exploration even more satisfying. This universe, which opens up to a new horizon with every step, becomes a journey that is completely yours. Gothic 1 Remake reimagines the quest for freedom in a dark and dangerous colony with modern graphics and improved systems. The pessimistic atmosphere of the Mine Valley, its open-to-exploration areas, and iconic structures have become much more vivid with today's technology. The game's open world offers a progression shaped by the relationships established with both enemies and characters. Class selection, dialogue-based quest branches, and a skill development system increase the sense of depth. Combat mechanics have been completely overhauled, with positioning, timing, and strategy at the forefront. NPCs' daily routines and reactions make the world more believable. A classic experience is reintroduced to modern players with returning elements and new additions. Help! Borderlands 4 expands the open-world looter-shooter experience by bringing the chaotic energy of the series to a brand new planet, Kairos. You set out with 4 new Vault Hunters, organizing a resistance against the dictator Timekeeper both alone and in cooperation with friends. The mission structure is more dynamic, with free exploration and environmental interaction in different parts of the planet at the forefront. New movement systems and improved skill trees deepen character customization. Every moment of combat is full of surprises with millions of weapon combinations and crazy equipment. While maintaining the humorous narrative, cinematic transitions and character interactions are felt more strongly. Progressing in this colorful yet ruthless world requires both reflexes and strategy. Atomfall lets you step into a spooky open world shaped after a nuclear disaster in 1950s England. There is a constant sense of tension as you progress through this atmosphere filled with ruined towns, radiation-corrupted areas, and abandoned military bases sandwiched between pastoral landscapes. With its exploration-focused structure, there is a new secret around every corner, a trace from the past in every building. You struggle with both human threats and environmental dangers. The details around you are not just decor, they become pieces that help you understand the story. Vehicle use, mission system, and NPC interactions strengthen your connection with the world. Creating a different atmosphere with its visual language and period design, Atomfall offers a dark but fascinating exploration experience.
This one's as good as dead.
Careful! Don't get lucky twice. You're done for.
Alkahest stands out with its open-world structure based on magic and alchemy, set in a dark Middle Ages world. While you freely roam around this universe full of foggy forests, abandoned castles, and dungeons, every corner contains a threat or mystery. The real-time combat system focuses on both agility in close combat and correct timing in spell use. With the advanced alchemy system, you can produce different potions and use them to your advantage in both exploration and combat. Character development is completely shaped according to personal preferences, with the opportunity to switch between different styles. Quests are not only narrative-focused, but also full of elements that allow you to directly interact with the world. The visual language and music deepen the atmosphere and make each moment feel more intense. Where Winds Meet offers an impressive open-world set in 10th century China, decorated with wuxia-themed martial arts elements. In this period of political chaos, you take control of a warrior who forges his own path and make difficult choices between freedom and loyalty. The huge map, filled with bamboo forests, foggy valleys, abandoned villages, and palace ruins, offers a different atmosphere at every step. Agile movements such as running on walls and walking on water give the combat system a unique fluidity. You can develop your character not only as a warrior, but also in different roles such as doctor, merchant, or traveler. Your choices directly affect both your interaction with the world and the progress of the quests. With its visual aesthetics and music, every scene feels like a cinematic journey. Terminator Survivors offers an open-world survival experience that stands out with its dark atmosphere set 4 years after the apocalypse. In this dangerous world filled with Skynet's machines, you explore destroyed cities to gather resources, build bases, and bond with survivors. Every step you take under the constant threat of robots has a cost. You can progress alone, or you can increase your chances of survival with the 4-person online co-op mode. Systems including base development, equipment production, and enemy tracking add strategic depth to the gameplay. Its visuals impressively reflect the post-apocalyptic atmosphere, from ruined cityscapes to barren wastelands. Each area feels like a physical and mental test.